Welcome back to Stats 7 Sports. I'm the Contained Kunas, and this will be a little short video for the fact that Roger Goodell has tried to put out a proposal to diversify the coaching carousel and the GMs in the NFL by giving teams incentives to try and to get more minorities in those positions. Now, before, the main way they would actually get it to where minorities would at least have a chance to do so is by putting in the Rooney Rule that requires teams to at least interview minority coaches to be able to get in those positions as like head coach, quarterbacks coach, GM, and all those down the line. So they actually at least have to attempt like they're trying to hire on. But currently there's only one coach that is minority, and that's Ron Rivera at Washington, and only two GMs that are minority coaches. They're minority GMs. So Roger Goodell's been trying to get this issue settled really since whenever they had Marvin Lewis was still a coach for Cincinnati. But unfortunately, that Rooney Rule hasn't gone into effect as well as he's been hoping. But he's trying to incentivize other teams to do so by giving improved draft capital for whatever teams would actually decide to hire these coaches, which really is kind of an insult to the minority coaches and anyone trying to get hired, for the fact that they're basing the reason to hire them not on the fact of their personal merit, but on the fact that they can end up improving draft stock, and not even for the point to say that this might not end up being the best hire, but our draft position improves, so why not? So it's basically like he's bribing them to be equal, to just even out. Yes, we do have in the NFL probably about 65 to 70% of the NFL players to be primarily of minority ethnicity. So I do get the sentiment for it, and I do agree that it does have to even out a little more in this case. But what he's trying to do is basically allow teams who hire those minority coaches and GMs. For the coaches, they would go up 6 spots in their draft position in the 3rd round, just for hiring a minority head coach, and then also moving up 10 spots if they hire a minority GM. So, and combine that out, you can bring it up 16 spots. It's not giving you any extra draft picks. It's just getting you above the rest of the field. But that's not really taking apart the merit of it. You want to feel like they've actually earned it, and it's something that it's not just truly kind of benefit for better draft stock, and that's it. So eventually it's going to have to even out, just because more than likely these issues aren't going to go away without some sort of significant change happening. And really, it kind of became more of a forefront for whenever minority coaches would end up getting passed over for primarily white coaches that have had less experience and like a lesser resume than somebody who's gone through the ranks of position coach, OC, 2 head coach, and then likewise on defense, and then going through the ranks off of that. Now the biggest culprit on it, and I'm not saying that he is going to be kind of on a hot seat within the next couple of years at least, if something doesn't turn around, but the one that kind of irks most people more than the others is with Arizona's Cliff Kingsbury, the former Texas Tech coach who got fired for having a barely over 500 record, and then after he gets an offensive coordinator coach at USC, before the week's over off of it, he's given the head coaching job for Arizona. He has no NFL experience. Like, yes, he has experience in college as a player and then experiences college as a coach, but that's kind of going up the ranks without actually proving that you're actually that worth it. The only thing that he actually showed is, one, he's a face that people will kind of attract to, and two, his style of offense has been set up to where it's made it to where he's coached the Patrick Mahomes, he's coached a lot of quality air raid offenses with Texas Tech with very little defense, which is kind of where Arizona Cardinals are right now. But that's kind of getting beyond the point. So there's other offensive coordinators and other positions of need that teams have gone away from potentially the better minority coach in favor of non-minority. So Goodell's trying to get this evened out a bit, but this is not the case. This is not the way to do that. It's really lessening the value that those coaches, even if they would get hired, like, it's lessening the value just for the fact that, oh, you're just here for draft capital and that's all. But that's just a little short thing on this. If y'all enjoyed this, please like, please subscribe, check the bell underneath this video. Once you click it, you'll be able to see any more of the videos that I end up posting. But with that being said, I'm the Contained Kunas. This is Stat7 Sports. Y'all stay safe. See y'all next time.